Hey, today we're in San Luis Obispo, where old missions, weird alleys, and bluff edge coast all somehow belong to the same trip. Do this well, and you get history, beach air, and one very smug neon theater, not just random stops stitched together by optimism. I already built the whole route into a template, so if you want it, the link's in the description or pinned comment. This is a Central Coast trip that shifts nicely with the day. Slower town mornings, easy beach afternoons, and coastal light that gets better toward evening. First up, San Luis Obispo does a neat little pivot from California mission history to cheerful downtown oddness to full Art Deco glow. Mission San Luis Obispo de Tolosa is the old Spanish mission that explains why downtown SLO feels rooted instead of recently assembled. It's still a working mission, which gives the place a quiet, lived-in feel rather than frozen history set energy. Go in the morning because the plaza is calmer, the light is softer, and the whole town feels like it's still waking up. Inside, the cool air, shade, and bells do most of the work. It's more atmosphere than giant museum, and that's the point. A few blocks later, Gum Alley is exactly what it sounds like. A narrow downtown alley covered in chewed gum. This is not profound local culture, but it is memorable, which frankly counts for a lot on real trips. What you notice first is the color, then the close-up reality, then everyone acting like this is a perfectly normal civic choice. Keep it brief, because the alley bottlenecks fast and the joke lands best before you study the walls too carefully. Then Fremont Theater gives downtown its polished finish, an old Art Deco movie house, with a sign that completely steals the block. By daylight, it's a handsome building. By dusk, the neon turns it into a small event. I always like places like this because one preserved facade can change the whole mood of an ordinary street corner. If you want the full effect, catch it around sunset into evening, when SLO suddenly looks like it expects applause. Day 2 loosens up, an easy coastbound walk, a beach town that actually feels relaxed, then cliffs that remind you the Pacific has range. Bob Jones Trail is the easy outdoor start, a paved path that lets you feel the landscape without signing up for heroic personality shift. You're not here for instant drama, you're here for creekside stretches, eucalyptus, birds, and that slow hint of ocean ahead. It belongs early because a gentle build from inland greenery to coast makes the later views feel earned. I like that it feels democratic, walkers, families, casual cyclists, everyone participating at a very manageable level. Avila Beach Pier is the friendly version of a California beach stop, where walking by the water is basically the whole point. The draw is simple: salt air, gulls, a promenade, and a beach town that isn't trying to become your entire personality. After the trail, this works well because you can slow down, eat, and let the coast be easy for a while. Don't expect some giant pier spectacle. The charm is that it feels mellow enough to actually enjoy. Dinosaur Caves Park sounds goofy, but it's really the dramatic bluff top stop where the coastline finally gets a bit severe. You get open sky, crashing surf below, and cliffs that make the earlier beach town softness look almost suspiciously polite. Come later in the day because the low light gives the bluffs shape and the place starts feeling properly cinematic. Also, the name promises cartoon energy, then the Pacific shows up in a far less playful mood. The last day goes bigger, one oversized landmark, one wilder stretch of coast, then a harbor where dinner and otter watching can peacefully compete. Morro Rock is the giant volcanic landmark beside the water, and one glance tells you what this whole part of the coast is about. It's not subtle scenery. It's a huge stone mass making the town instantly legible. Morning suits it because the light is cleaner, the shoreline feels calmer, and the scale reads better before the day gets busier. Honestly, it is very efficient branding, one enormous rock doing the work of an entire tourism department. Montana de Oro State Park is where the Central Coast stops being cute and starts feeling exposed, rougher, and much less curated. This is the place for bigger cliffs, coves, surf, and trails that make the ocean feel large rather than decorative. It lands well after Morro Rock because the day expands from one iconic landmark into the broader wild coastline around it. Pick a walk that matches your energy. The appeal here is scale and mood, not proving anything to strangers. The Embarcadero is Morro Bay's working harbor strip, where boats, sea life, shops, and dinner all share the same waterfront. This is where the bay feels lived in, with masts, gull noise, harbor smells, and people quietly scanning for otters. Come toward evening because the softer light makes the water look better and the whole place settles into dinner hour rhythm. Walk first, then eat. unless an otter appears and immediately overrules your schedule. San Luis Obispo works because it never sticks to one mood for long. It goes from quiet history to weird charm to wide open coast without feeling forced. If you want the pre-built route template with the map view already laid out, grab it from the description or pinned comment. Drop your must-keep Central Coast stop in the comments.